Hello, Ncho.
음. 여기, 굿모닝.
네, 네. 일어나서 회사에 못 갔어요.
아, 지금 대기세요?
네, 집이에요.
네네. 그, 제가 지지난 그, 뭐, 해- 미팅 때 나왔던 내용 혹시 보셨나요? 뭐, GUID 뭐 이런 거 정하라고 해가지고요.
아, 그냥
SK 하이닉스.
대충
네.
읽어가지고, 그거 오늘 정해가지고 가져와야 되는 거예요?
아니요, 그냥 적기만 하면 될 것 같아요. 언제라도, 일단,
음,
마이크로는 GUID 적어놨으니까 저희도 뭐 A나 이런 데랑 얘기하고 적어야 되는 거 아닌가요? 싶어서.
아니야, GYD는 그냥 자기가 정하는 거야. 그거 아무 그 의미 없어요. 그냥 정하면 돼.
그래요?
네.
하이닉 스페시픽한 뭐, 넘버가 있는 줄 알았습니다.
이게, 그, GYD가요, 이거 제너레이션 하는 방법이 있어.
네, 뭐, 16진수 뭐, 이렇게 해가지고, 몇 자리 뭐, 이렇게 정하는 건가요?
예, 프리 온라인 GUID 제너레이터 뭐 이런 거 128빗 인테저 넘버예요.
128빛이요? 그러면, 8자리. 16진수는 8자리.
이건 랜덤 넘버인데. 마이크론도 뭐 이상한 숫자로 해놨죠?
네, 맞아요. 그냥 뭐, CD 뭐, 이렇게 뭐, 이상한 숫자들. 그냥 시리얼 넘버 같이 약간,
음,
숫자였어요.
이거 원래 그렇게 하는 거예요.
음,
여기 그 온라인 GUID 제너레이터 뭐 이렇게 돼 있는데 해야 되는 걸 골라야 되나? Hello, Peter.
Good morning, Roy. How are you?
Good morning. It's good for me. How's going for you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you going to be at the conference this year?
Which conference do you mean?
OCP?
Oh, yeah. It will be there.
Okay, nice. Yeah, hope to meet you there.
Yeah. Do you know the exact date of this OCP? This October?
Um, I think it's October 15th and 16th or something like
Oh,
that.
mid of October.
Middle of October, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Hey guys, this is Yogesh joining.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you, Mita?
Pretty good.
Late start today. Sorry, I'm a bit late here.
Good morning, Yogesh.
Hey, Roy, how are you doing?
It's good for me. Mhm.
Hey, Stuti, were you able to get the access to the folders that you needed?
Yes, now I'm able to see all the files. Thank you for giving me access.
No problem. Okay, so I know Ivan is traveling, but I was expecting Shane and Drew and Carlos to join today. I don't see any of those guys here yet. Are there any opens till we build the quorum here? No opens. Okay. So let me go ahead and open the document that we've been working through.
Yogesh, were you gonna share the slides that will be presented this year, or is that for later?
Yeah, I can walk through those also. We just submitted a draft yesterday. Those are not final yet, but yeah, I think that's not bad. We're ready to start sharing now. Actually, Ivan is the one who was driving it this time. But originally we thought that all three memory vendors will present together this year, but because we got only like 10 minutes of time. So we had to limit to one presenter. Let me see if I can pull that up. Actually, so I'm dropping link to the draft presentation in the chat window. Let me know if you do not have access. I still feel like sometimes I don't understand how the access on Google Drive should be given. But here's the link to the draft, and we can walk through the slides and take some more feedback for everyone. Okay. So this is going to be a consolidated presentation, 30-minute slot between hardware fault management, fleet memory fault management, and RAS API. Let me go ahead and share that with you. You all here. You guys can see that now.
Yes, I can see.
All right. Yeah, so this is the 30-minute slots that we have this year between these three work streams. Hardware fault management, of course, is our main sub-project, and then this project and RAS API. Presenter wise, we're trying to get 4 presenters in, Drew. Trying to get you in still, as you can see, but looks like they restricted the number of people who can be added. I will try talk to Kate and see if we can do that. Otherwise, we'll figure something else out. We'll see how it goes. But Rama, Ivan, and Carlos are the guys who are listed as presenters, and it'll be good to have Drew also there to be as a backup and be able to help answer questions. Okay. So yeah, these are hardware fault management slides. I think we can skip through these for now. It's only a 10-minute slot, so it's like not very many slides. And then there are mandatory slides like call correction and correction. So yeah, like I said, Ivan will be presenting this year. We could not get all three vendors to present because of the time limit. This is the first slide, talks about the Workstream vision. This slide, as I understand from Ivan, is mostly what we had last year. If you have any feedback on that, feel free to stop me. We can talk about it, or you can want to give anything offline as a comment on the link I gave you. That's also good.
I had a comment, if I could. So this first bullet is the thing at the top is kind of long, and I'm thinking, maybe we just say it's a work stream that came out of hardware fault management, and then we can, and then just to leave it at that. But I'd like to put a goal that it seems like our goal at really high level is to make memory reliable and easy to use.
Okay.
I mean, like it didn't say. And do we feel like what we're doing is universal? Like, can everyone use it, or is it just hyperscalers?
So let's talk about the words that you just used. To make memory reliable, are we doing anything to make memory more reliable, or we are just handling memory errors to make memory more available?
Reliable.
Well, but I think capturing the data in a standard format, then it's data that we've very carefully decided is usable for the memory vendors to figure out what's going on in their parts, will make memory more reliable, because now everyone is collecting the same thing and it's right, as opposed to today it's kind of Calvin ball. Every end user just does the best that they can and hopes they got the right data. Oh, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be hard here. I want to say how important this is like super useful.
Not work on this this year, so I think I like that idea.
It's better memory reliability and availability. I mean, it's really it's doing both. And I hope I'm not putting words in the memory vendor's mouth. I mean, if any of you all disagree with me, but I think if everyone was capturing this data for you, wouldn't it help you?
So we need a little bridge here. Improved memory reliability is through the feedback loop, but I think we talked about handing create a vendor agnostic fleet memory fault handling framework that eases memory RAS pain point. Is that somewhere in the ballpark true?
Yeah, maybe we need to wordsmith. Let's yeah, this is a good
Yeah,
starting point.
I think it's a
We may need to
good point.
wordsmith it.
Yeah, so you have the link in the chat window also, and so
Yeah.
let's give your feedback or give your sessions as comment or edits, whatever you feel like. Yeah.
I'll polish it a little. And all I'm trying to do is just make sure we sell this the right way, because I think what we're doing is, this is one of the best things I think I've ever worked on. If we really get this data everywhere all the time for the memory vendors, I can only imagine what they're going to be able to do with it.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
memory vendors, keep me honest. I'm not trying to step on your toes. But I think what you're doing here is awesome, and I want to celebrate it.
Yeah, Roy also, Roy, Sophia, CD, please, John, please take a look. The changes that you want to see there. Okay. So let's move on. I think do we want to do this rest of the slide today now, or do you just want to work on it offline then? I'm good either way. I'm not trying to rush.
It'd probably be good to have people take a pass, now, but
Okay. Yeah. All right, Jongmin, we'll see you next time. Bye.
And by the way, Yogesh, the link you shared was for the individual deck, not your combined deck.
I know that, right? But I copied slides from that. So maybe it's good to take the feedback in that deck and then we'll consolidate again for final submission.
It doesn't matter to me. It's just the edits you made don't show up in that other deck.
Right, yeah, making changes in consolidated, which is on my local copy, right? Yeah.
Again,
Yeah,
not
maybe
trying to be hard, just want to get it done, right?
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. I think I feel more comfortable working in PowerPoint, so that's what I opened. What I'll do is after this discussion, I'll push this copy and share this link. How about that?
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay, so if there is no comments right now, we can take comments offline on this document. Okay. Moving on. Oh yeah, so actually I thought I had uploaded, but we have that slide and I don't know if we need to repeat it many times. I think we'll just keep one slide which covers all three projects. That might be a better idea rather than three different logo slides. Okay. Is that good? This slide is what I'm talking about, this placeholder.
Yeah. Sounds good. Somebody put a slide with the companies for FMFM in the deck, but I think what you're saying makes sense.
Yeah, I kind of got a little busy yesterday, so I didn't really go through a lot of detail. This is a draft anyway, so we had the key content in there. So anyway, this is the slide on spec progress. Take a look, please. Okay.
By the way, what's the deadline to make these changes?
I think we have a couple of weeks at least. Let me check. Sorry, I'm not as much on top of these things this year because I am not going to be there. Okay. So final presentation. Okay, we have 1 month. It's 27th of September. So yeah, if we can get it done by our next meeting, which would be, or actually today is 27th, right? So we have a meeting on 10th and 24th. So yeah, we have some time to do that, get it done.
Okay.
Should we give comments now or just put the comments on the shared doc?
Either way is fine. Comments now, I'm making some changes, but then, yeah, I'll push this copy on, which is consolidated copy on the Google Drive also. If you want to wait till then.
Okay.
Well, if it's controversial, let's talk about it now. I mean, you know, if you think if it's minor, then I think we can just do it in the doc.
It's minor. It's just that memory error data, error data, error data is just repeated 3 times. That's all.
No.
It's minor.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
All right then. So moving on. This one is a slide about feature plans. Let's take a look at that. Finalization of 1.0 version of spec. Final definition of logging items. Final agreement on specificity of fault analyzer outputs. Okay. Don't recall we actually discussed in this term, but that seems right. Continuous improvement feedback is right. Yeah. Only thing I can do is we can probably take this one as a separate bullet. How about that?
The way that's worded, it sounds like we're waiting for like a DDR6 spec or something to finish. Maybe we say DDR.
Yeah, actually, I'm also scratching my head about what are we trying to convey this with this second bullet. I don't think we ever discussed driving changes into DDR spec due to our work. So that cannot be it, right?
Well, I think it was just after we are done with the version of this document that's focused on DDR, we would then go to LPDDR and HBM is what I think it's trying to say. But it's just
No,
worded
this
confusing.
second bullet, you mean, is about that?
Well, yeah, because if the third bullet follows it, see? But if you make that a sentence, say following finalization of initial DDR spec, comma, we expand to other memory technologies. But that's what's confusing is, yeah,
Oh,
I
I
think
see. So you're saying it's like this, huh?
following
Then
following
why it says only DDR spec? It should be JEDEC spec.
Does it
What
just
is
mean V1.0 spec?
That's it. The 1.0 spec that we're writing here, the 1.0 FMFM spec is what we meant, I think.
I think so also.
We're just
I
calling
see.
it the DDR version.
So I think we can just totally omit this. We can just say
Yeah.
expansion to, that's it, right? That's unnecessary creates confusion. Okay,
Yeah, I think it's fine. I agree.
all right, yeah. Call to action, plain vanilla, calendar, blah, blah. So, and that is it. Okay. All right, let me push this to that folder. This was going to be a little bit of nightmarish. You know what? I think we should just make changes to that individual part, and then we'll merge it back again, if that's okay with everyone. Because then we'll have like 3 consolidated versions, and it will be more of a nightmare because what if someone made changes to other parts also, right? Is it okay if we just make changes to, and I'll also affect my changes that I just made, a couple of lines in that.
Can I give a general comment? I
Yes,
think
please.
our work is a lot more exciting than I think the slides are kind of portraying. Maybe putting in like, you know, what like what's the problem that like exists today and how it how this work kind of addresses it. Um,
I know, imagine a world where all the CPU vendors know what the memory vendors need, and you always gather it when you gather error data, so everyone in the industry gets the benefit of it. And then we have tools that just happen to analyze that data and are really smart and really accurate. I mean, I think that changes everything. I'm with you, Mita. I think this is huge.
So let's do this. I'll add this blank slide here.
like what are the problems being faced today
So
that
Mita,
this can
why
address?
don't you, do you want to take a stab and adding your start with this slide problem statement, and then we can continue with the vision and goals.
I can give it
Or
a shot. I also just want to say that I'm going to be out for next 3 weeks, but I will give it a shot sometime today or tomorrow.
okay,
And,
no pressure. I mean, we can still take the
and,
feedback.
and Mita, if you want to, if you know, maybe if you want to have a chat with me, you and I can get aligned and I can help carry it past the 3 weeks while you're out.
Okay, sounds good.
But I strongly support what you're saying, Mita. I think this is a huge deal. And I want people to know what a big deal this is.
All right. Sounds good. I'll push this copy. I'm trying to think how we should do it. Yeah, I'll just continue to work on individual copies online, and then so expect that copy to be there. I'll shoot a link to everyone, so you can provide your feedback into it. All right. Moving on. What is next? We don't have any other opens, I believe. We already asked once, but since some more folks joined since, do we have any other opens today? Or should we just jump right into the document that we're working on and see what needs to be done there? Okay, that's a no. So I will go ahead and open the document here.
I just put my cell phone and email out for folks. Anyone's welcome to use it, but especially for Mita, so that I can work with you on that slide.
Thank you, Drew. That's awesome.
Thanks.
I think I'm sharing and it's giving me some hard time here. All right. I can try to share other window here, and it's crashed my window that had Okay, hopefully everyone is able to see this one now.
Yes, I can see you.
Thank you. So we still have some opens here, as you can see. Take a look and close them as you find time in the first three sections. Roy and all, did you get a chance to determine if GeoID is a preferred value? Do you have a preferred GeoID value, or you want Carlos to create one and assign one, whichever is the answer? I think
There is, as you know, that there is no preference for the GUID, so I want one guy generate all the GUID.
so. You're
So
saying
yeah, Carlos can generate for us.
okay.
So by the way, is there any rule for the specific rule for GUID? I thought it was a random number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Drew knows a lot about it anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
So there is no meaningful sequence for the GUID, right?
No, that's right. You can,
Yeah. Yes. Sir. Yeah. Okay.
Jongmin had to leave, but we have the same AR for Samsung also. GUID preference, do you want to provide one, or you want Carlos to generate a random one and assign it to Samsung? And this is a GUID that is described here. It basically identifies which vendor's log is that is being looked at.
so I just typed the command in the window. Just if anyone's wondering, if you get pretty much any Linux distribution, I'm not sure how to, I'm sure Windows can do it too, but you just type UUID gen and you get a GUID.
Mm-hmm. May I add for us right now?
Yeah, if you want to do that, sure. Then we can close on this. Same thing with Samsung. So we'll get back to that. Oh, Shane Intel also is open. Shane didn't provide one yet. Okay, I'll follow up with him. I don't know if we talked about this, at least I do not remember. Brainstorm with our group on other API capabilities that needs to be standardized, such as get and GUID and version. Did we talk about that? Or was I not present or something?
I don't recall that we talked about it. I think this was just a comment left here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess do we have the API? I agree with Carlos. I mean, we also might want to have something that says how much data, how far back do you want to go with data, that kind of thing. You know, there'll probably be a standard set of things we want to implement just so it's easy to grab the analyzer and use it.
I think it's just talking about for vendors to poke at GUID and version, but version, I don't understand. I get GUID, but what get version would mean? I think we need to discuss that, right?
Would be the version of the API or the version of the analyzer.
I'm not sure which version, right? Yeah. Okay, so we'll come back to this one, I guess, when Carlos is back. So again, there were some opens from some questions from Ivan to Shen and Carlos, which was, I think both of them agreed. Proposal actually came from Shen's on the open. And Carlos aligned, so we can move on from that. Trying to think which comment is this one about. So this was about the format, right? So CPU analyzer input is CPER, as we all discussed and decided in hardware fault management. Output from the CPU analyzer or DFA or input to the DFA is JSON schema, and again output from DFA is also JSON. This was discussed on July 16, agreed by everyone, but Samsung was going to confirm. Since we don't have Jongmin, who can help take this AR to check and confirm this, that they're okay with this formats. Samsung is also okay with the formats here.
Yeah, I'll check back internally with the team.
Okay. So can I just assign it to you then?
Sure, no problem.
Carlos was going to take a stab at the flow diagram. I don't think we have that yet. Roy, this is one that you want me to add there in the, this is the UID you just generated? Oh, you already added it. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, great. So Ivan is not here. I think he has to work on that open. Yeah, this is one we discussed a few times. Do we want to talk about this today? Feel like we have little back and forth on this. When to run DFA, right? Is it periodic or is it on demand? Is it some sort of, what's the optimal frequency for that? And Drew, you remember this discussion took place as soon as last meeting. Do we
Yeah.
have a closure on that, or what's the next?
I need to work on it.
Okay.
I don't think, I'm not aware of any progress. Unless someone else wants to help me, but I can take a look at it.
So, somehow it doesn't pick your Microsoft email.
Oh, weird.
It only remembers the old one somehow.
You can put my personal email on it and I'll add my work one later. My personal one's down below.
Yeah. So you'll bring it up next time, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what it means, really. Yeah, I think everyone has to agree on that because it could have a lot of different implications, right? How much data we get, how much overhead we have to run it, are we missing anything? All of those considerations, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So now we are in this table, boot time logging table. Any general comments on that? We have had a lot of discussion. I'm debating whether we want to, how do we want to go about it today? So we have two general tables. One is boot time, and actually it should be three. Second is error data runtime error logging, and third is if system crashes or error occurs, crash time. And what we have got headings for all three, which I wonder if they make same column headings make sense. So date and details and frequency won't make sense for crash time, for example, right? Boot time and crash time, both frequency doesn't, well, for boot time, it does kind of make sense, right? Would we have any choice for frequency in the crash time? I guess not, right?
No.
Yeah. Log source, direction point, how to use runtime and offline. Yeah, I guess this is good. Good enough. It can capture most of the things. I don't think we're missing anything. What do you want to do? I'm looking for your feedback. Do we want to go through this, or you want to just scan through the comments and see if we can make some progress there. I kind of asking because I kind of felt like we spent a lot of time on this, and I thought we were pretty close to agreeing on most of the things. So I want to focus on kind of any opens or any things that we remembers that we need to discuss. So maybe
Yeah.
we can focus.
So I'm looking. I think the thing that I'm missing, I think we like, and I think Mita and I both had questions about this, and had an email Workstream was how often we run the analyzer, and I'm looking at like on the right, JM Lee's comments. Oh, if you scroll down, just go back to where you are. The comment at the very bottom of the screen.
Oh, this one, runtime analyzer frequency.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I think this is what we need to figure out. I would argue that if I have one error in time t, I might as well send it. I guess unless you're saying that we only had one error in the entire history we're sending to the analyzer. I don't know. This is going to be like this. I think the table below seems pretty good. We just need to, dot the i's, cross the t's, make sure we approve it, and then we really need to nail this run. When do we run the analyzer idea?
So I think from what I gathered from your comment is you were you want to get it would be ideal. I'm not making it like you, but I think it would be ideal to get the error as it happens, but also not to get the full error history every time is what you're trying to get it, right?
Well, I mean, like when I worked at a previous company, I don't know, it probably wasn't that big a deal. But is every company that way? I don't know. But do we need all the errors from the beginning of time? Probably not.
Yeah, what's the value proposition there, right? There's one thing we can incur overhead, but does it just create unnecessary, overhead of cleaning out and collecting things and throwing them away, right?
Yeah. And Roy was like of time 2 hours. That seems a little bit uh maybe not long enough.
Our experience says that the 2 hours of the analysis period or data calculation is not enough.
I was hoping you would say that because I thought you would say that, Roy.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I respect the other company's opinion, but our case is a little bit different. So it depends on how those data would be utilized during the runtime. So for our case, we normally use is the 7 days of observation period. Here, the observation period means that all the error logs should be mapped in the same array map to define the DRAM fault, their fault as much as clear as possible. That means that we got over 95% of the DRAM fault was detected when we tried to use the 7 days of observation period. And the other thing we have to consider is when should we trigger the analysis. For our case, we have two cases of error log analyzer triggering method. The first one is the regular based one. But for this one is normally we recommend within the within the half day of the error log analyzer must be done to not to lose the DRAM error detection. And the second one is depending on the current error logs, when you see the data error distribution per read, then some read operation, some error pattern cannot be the uncorrectable error. If, for example, if the error is bounded within a certain boundary of the DQ and BL distribution, then we don't need to trigger the errors. But when we see the unbounded fault read, then we strongly recommend the system to analyze the DRAM device's fault using the history of the errors. So in summary, we recommend, SK Hynix recommend that the 7 days of error log accumulation must be continuously provided. And then the triggering point is depending on the platform error coverage. That is our position.
And sorry, what was that time frame again? It was I was just a week. I thought we were talking 90 days earlier.
90 days?
Yeah.
Our experiment says that the 7 days of accumulation is enough.
Okay. Well, I think what we could do is, just take the longest anyone wants and try it and see how well it goes and see if it's a problem. And so 7 days doesn't sound like that big a deal. And here's why. If I was logging every single error in 7 days, that would be an immense amount of data. But if we're talking about a rate limited representative sample, like 1 second, 1 error per second, then a week's data isn't that big a deal.
Why don't we make it tunable?
Yeah.
Leave it up to the operator.
Well, well, I mean, but you want to give the operators guidance on how to get good results with the analyzer. But I guess my point was, this was what Meeta and I were talking about, Yogesh, is that if we do rate limiting as the input, like you can get X errors per second, then you can tune your rate limiting to some degree. If your system's getting overwhelmed with 1 error per second, turn the timer up on the rate limit to 1 error every 2 seconds, and now you get half the errors. I still think that it's going to end up being useful to predicting memory crashes, but you may take longer to figure out that you've got a problem. And if you want to figure out you've got a problem faster, put more compute resources on it and turn the rate back up. That's where I think we can tune things.
I think we should clarify at what point the rate limiting is happening. Like, are we referring to rate limiting in the hardware? Are we referring to rate limiting in?
Meeta, that's a really good point. I'm thinking rate limiting in the logging.
Okay. Yeah.
From the start, so that because the whole pipeline is queuing theory, right? Is that you've got something starting a queue, and then you have a series of queues in your infrastructure that lead up to the analyzer, and the analyzer has a certain rate at which it can do things, and so you've got to tune the rate at which you throw things into the queues such that your queues can handle it. And so if I have 1 billion corrected memory errors per second, and I'm logging those errors through the BMC, I'm going to drown it, I promise. But if I make it 1 per second to the BMC, now I'm in the ballpark of what I think the BMC can handle. Now the question is, if I have 1 million machines, can my infrastructure that's running the analyzer handle one error per second from a million machines. And there I either need to, buy enough compute resources to process that rate, or I can turn the rate down. I can go down to one error every 2 seconds. But yeah, Meet, I'm definitely thinking about as a producer.
Okay.
I mean, I could put a note in the doc about that. What I'm thinking for people's feedback if you want. I don't know if it fits here or somewhere else. I mean, it's whatever you all want.
Definitely need to have more comments on that. And Roy, you also, if you want to add your view to the document, will be good. So we can have a discussion about that and agree on something.
Okay, just after the Samsung's suggestion, we will have the SK Hynix suggestion regarding this one.
Okay, great.
And
Thank
I
you.
guess this is kind of focused on correctable errors, right? I mean, just stating the obvious, like, because for uncorrectable errors, do we really want to do any filtering or rate limiting? I'm guessing not.
For this one, basically the main reason of our correctable error analysis is to predict the future uncorrectable errors.
Right.
So regarding that point, our thought or our experimental results says that at least 1 week of data is required, especially for the DDR5 data, because for the DDR5, due to the NRMSC, there is a bunch of error logs were omitted by the NRMSC. Then we have to build a new rule to get the right DRAM fault analysis result. In that terms, I will add some comment on that on this document.
Okay, thanks. I think I mean, I guess we'll wait for the write-up and then try to understand it better.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've been talking on mute. So we are top of the hour, and what I said in last couple of 3 minutes is let's. I think these 3 tables about what to log are pretty finalized, so we can declare it done for this version. Clean up the rest of the comments next time. And for the frequency, I think we can discuss and agree on next time. So then we'll be done with these 3 tables: boot time, runtime, and crash time. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
And yeah, go ahead.
That sounds good.
Cool. Yeah. So comments, side discussions, all are great. Please do whatever you need to close on this. Okay. Thank you all. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks for everything.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
bye.
Bye now. Have a good
See
one.
you.